What's up, you guys? All right, well, here we are, Friday, the end of the week. Today is day 4 of the small account challenge, and in the last 4 days, I've grown my account over 100%. Today, I'm up $427, which makes it the biggest day of the week, the biggest day of the account challenge. It's another snow day here in the Berkshires, so we're finishing the week the same as we started, with a little bit of snow, but that's okay. I didn't trade on Monday because of the snow, but ended up having an awesome day, which is what I needed. I feel really good about it. I am still feeling a little conflicted about the challenge right now of feeling FOMO, that, you know, while I'm trading in this small account, I'm making a lot less on these breakout trades than I would be if I was using my big account. And that's my own struggle, but it's something that I am kind of struggling with right now, and it's making me feel a little more kind of, you know, having a little bit of this emotional pull that I should take a couple trades in the big account. But then, of course, the best quality setups I'm focusing on in the small account, so then the big account gets the low quality setups, which isn't, you know, so it's like this kind of challenge. But you know what? Trading on a small account brings challenges, regardless of where you're at. There are different challenges for every person, and this is the challenge that, you know, I kind of have right now. It's not really a challenge about confidence in my strategy or whether or not I can make money, but there's still some emotional challenges. And so bringing it back to center, and being in the zone and trying to focus on the stocks I'm trading right now, and maybe trying to have some acceptance that this week I simply won't make as much as I would have if I'd been trading the whole week with my big account. And that's okay. You with a small account might feel that way at some point, that this week, you know, you might have only made $200. You made 40, 50 a day instead of your goal of 75 or 80 a day. And that's okay. Maybe you're having a red week, and that's okay too. You just have to kind of have acceptance for that. If you have a loss, turn it into a lesson to keep trying to improve your strategy and, you know, get back out there. Being a trader, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back on the horse. And, you know, those are the ups and downs of the journey of being a trader. So this has been a great week, 4 days in, up right now over $500 in the first 4 days. I'll know the exact amount on Monday after I see my report of commissions and everything for today. But, you know, hey, a great start. So I'll be back at it first thing on Monday. And as always, if you guys enjoy these videos, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on Monday morning. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're gonna do our midday market recap, go over the trades from this morning. I'm gonna finish the day up $427.49, which means my account is up 63% today in one day, which is pretty crazy. Today is day 4 of the small account challenge. As you guys know, I started on Monday with $395 in my account. I didn't take any trades on Monday. Monday, I sat tight. We had the snowstorm, and, you know, I kind of was, I was a little flustered. The combination of trying to use my trading station at home, which isn't really set up for streaming. Well, it's set up for streaming, but it's not set up for screen recording, which I needed to do for the small account challenge. So I basically was kind of getting myself all frazzled right before the bell, and I was like, you know what? I'm not in a really good state of mind to be calm, cool, collected, and composed. The 4 C's of good quality trading. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a second. And the bell rang, and of course we saw a couple stocks rip up really fast, and I started to feel FOMO and frustration, knowing that if I had been in my office, I probably would have made money on them. And I was like, I should have just driven to work, you know, who cares about the snow and whatever. But those 2 stocks popped up and then faded, and that was kind of it for the day. So I didn't get any trades, and day 1 was a wash. So no trades on the first day. So then Tuesday, with $395, I took my first trades in here in my office, and I made $158 before commissions, 158 bucks, which was, you know, a pretty solid day 1. Day 2, I made only $12, but was down 12 after commissions, which was pretty sad. So that was disappointing. Yesterday I made 74 before commissions, and today I'm up 427 before commissions. So let's kind of total this out. We'll obviously break down the trades here, but just to kind of total out where I'm sitting on the week right now, Coming into, let's see, if I can run this here. Let's see. Coming into the day today, let's see, my account was sitting at $673.95. Which is pretty good, I guess. I had gotten the credit back. They had debited my account $125 on the 1st of December, which is what brought me down to $395 from my original $520 planned starting balance. So, so that was a little bit of a setback. Whatever. But on the first day, I made after commissions about 130. The second day, I lost 12. So that's only 120. And then on the third day, I made 75, but was really only up about 40 after commissions. So that's 160. So only up $160 on the week coming into today. Now today I'm up 427 before commission. It'll probably be maybe 380 after commission. I traded a little bit more today. So 380, 480. So that puts me up probably around $550 or so on the week. So my account doubled in 1 week, which is awesome. I mean, that's really pretty solid. I took a total of 16 trades and I had 13 winners and 3 losers. So my accuracy is 81%. My goal was 90%, so I'm a little below my goal, but the progress has been really good. I don't have my profit loss ratio yet, my average winners to average losers. I won't have that until I import all of my trades and can kind of see the metrics on them. So let's break down the trades today on LMPX. This is kind of an interesting one. It's a recent IPO, very recent. Yesterday was the first day of trading. So this is the gap scanner as we were looking at it this morning at about 9:15 a.m. All right, so 9:15 a.m. I'm looking at the gap scanner. And the second I opened it, I was like, oh boy, well, this doesn't look good. There's nothing on here in the top 10 that looks interesting to me. Number one, I don't see any yellow in the top 10, right? So I like to see on the top 10, usually 1 or 2 stocks that really fit my criteria. Float of under 10 million shares, price between 2 and 10, and gapping up at least 15, 20%. In CMEG, this brokerage account that I'm using, they allow me to day trade with as little as $500. Those of you guys who are watching this video and you're like, how is Ross day trading with $500 or $395 or whatever? CMEG has a minimum account balance to open of 500, and then you need at least 350 in the account to keep trading. So on day one, with $395, I only had a $45 cushion, which is the smallest account I've ever traded in. However, CMEG's leverage and margin rules are kind of funny because they're apparently inconsistent. And I've noticed this with my own trading, and you guys have commented on it as well. You get between 0 leverage and 6 times leverage, depending on a number of variables, including your account size on the previous day and the price of the stocks that you're trading. So those variables can make it a little confusing in the moment to know how much buying power do I actually have. And so for that reason, I just created a hotkey to use to place an order based on a percentage of buying power. So if I press Shift 1 on this right now, it's going to enter the order for 336 shares. So that just automatically enters my share size, and I can press the buy button. And so I don't have to think about the math or test it and get orders rejected before an order goes through. So that's a cool thing with this software. You can use hotkeys based on a percentage of buying power. Okay, so this morning I log in and I'm kind of bummed out. And next week, as many of you guys know, I'm hosting a seminar in Miami with my Inner Circle students. So there'll be a number of us basically all sitting in a room, sitting in a circle. We'll be trading, and we'll have seminar one-on-one sessions, small group sessions and stuff like that. And so during that seminar, I'm obviously not going to be in the comfort of my own office, right? I'll be in Miami, which is fine, but I was feeling a little nervous about trading in the small account outside my comfort zone because it's so important that these first few days really count. And I said to myself yesterday, I was like, well, if Friday and Monday are good days, then I'll probably have enough of a cushion that I'll feel okay trading, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down in Florida. If these are bad days, then maybe I'll just trade in my regular account and not trade in the small account just to be safe. So after today, I'm feeling like I'll probably be in good shape to trade in the small account next week, which is great. But when I first opened the gap scanner, I was kind of bummed out because I was like, this all looks like this is terrible. I'm not going to probably get any trades today. These are all off the list. I'm not interested in any of them. I know SAVA had volume, but the pre-market chart was terrible, up and all the way back down. So that's no good. I don't like that at all. Going further down the scanner, I really didn't see anything here I liked. And someone in the chat room said, hey, take a look at LMPX. It wasn't even a stock that I would have looked at because it was way down here. Let's see, where is it? It's a 4 million share float. Let me do time frame historical 925. Maybe that's also why I didn't look at it. So 925. So here we go. LMPX is right here. So this is kind of like looking at page 3 of a Google search. I usually don't even go this far down, but someone pointed it out and I was like, okay, well, let me look at it. I took a peek at it and I realized that it's a recent IPO from yesterday and it's moving up quickly. And immediately, you know what I thought of? LFIN. I thought of LFIN about 2 years ago, towards end of November, December. LFIN is a stock that IPOs. It goes sideways for 2 days and then all of a sudden starts to pop up. The company comes out with breaking news. And it squeezes from $5 over the course of 2 days to $140 a share. All right, now how does something like that happen? Well, there's two things that sort of add fuel to the fire. And in this case, there were actually three. In the case of LFIN, it was a stock that was IPOing at a time that the market was incredibly strong. I mean, incredibly strong. We had Bitcoin squeezing up to all-time highs. Stocks left and right were going 100, 200, 300%. So we were seeing incredible momentum in the market. Okay, so the market was really, really hot. The stock IPOs. And on the third day, they put out news that they're opening like a cryptocurrency mining division or Bitcoin mining division or something like that. And, they just put a headline out that was so hot that everyone just jumped on it. It would have been very hard to short the stock because it was a recent IPO. Usually IPO stocks, you're not going to find shares available to borrow at almost any broker. There are a few brokers that will have shares available, but they're few and far between. Sure, CFDs, you may see some shares available, but CFDs aren't trading on the regular market. So when a short seller, hits a 100,000 share CFD order, that's not going to all of a sudden cause the stock to drop 20 cents because there's no, there's just simply that doesn't go through on the exchange. So as a result, you had this stock LFIN come out with breaking news, extremely difficult to find shares available to borrow, and what you often have is a lockout period where any insiders who are holding shares that have been sold to the open market, they can't they can't sell their shares on the open market through a period of time. And I'm not sure what the case was with LFIN, but that can create sort of the perfect storm for an explosive move. And then we've seen it a few other times in recent months. We saw BOXL last year, a similar IPO breakout. So the stock IPOs, it sells off, and then all of a sudden, it rips up through the IPO, goes from $4 to $16, just takes off. IMTE, that was the stock I was trying to remember earlier. On the same day, it does an equally impressive move. This was sort of LFIN sympathy. Like it was months later, but it was recent IPO taking off. Difficulty finding shares to borrow. They've got news. All of a sudden, traders jump on it, and off it goes. So when I saw LMPX, immediately I'm kind of searching the archives in my mind. Is this setup familiar? And I'm thinking BOXL, IMTE, LFIN, recent IPO breakout. So I'm like, okay, it's a recent IPO stock. It's got some news out this morning. Interesting. The float is 4 million shares. Okay, let's see what this does. This might be the one. Maybe. And, I was really wondering, is this going to be the next one that makes a move up to, $10, $15, $20 or higher? I was kind of asking myself that. And so the bell rings and it pulls back a little bit. And then as it breaks through 580, the pre-market high, that's where I got in anticipating the breakthrough 580, and it rips up here up to 659. And I'll go down here just to a 10-second chart for those of you guys watching the recap. Warrior Pro students, you're gonna have access to the live trading recording and the commentary of me, taking the trade and where you can see kind of everything as it went down. But this was my entry right down here. First entry, second, third, fourth. And then my fifth entry was right here. Oops. Hang on, let me just turn off my drawing tool. There we go. So my fifth entry was right here. And then I think my sixth entry was like right around here. So these were my 4 biggest trades, and these 2 were smaller trades. Actually, this was the last entry. Yeah, so it was right around there. So basically what I did was I jumped on it as soon as I saw the time and sales go green. Basically what I was waiting for, I was just sitting and waiting, watching it, looking and anticipating that burst of momentum. I would even say it still looks strong. I'm still interested in it. It's back at 614. I've been watching it for a while. The problem is I'm a little nervous about taking any additional trades on it in my small account. In my small account, I really don't want to ruin a good thing. And in my big account, the problem for me on this one is that I took this trade right here in my big account and I made like 20 bucks in the small account, and then I lost 1,300 in my main account. So, this is sort of the challenge with trying to trade in 2 accounts at once, that I, of course, was focusing on the small account at the open. That's when we had peak volatility. And then as I was slowing down on the small account, I was like, okay, let me give the big account a chance to try to make a little money today. But the big account didn't have a cushion. I was sort of behind the ball. And, I ended up, losing money on that side. But that's fine. I'm not really sweating that right now. That's just one of the challenges with the feeling right now of I'm missing out on profit opportunity by doing the small account challenge, because obviously $427 is not a lot of money for me to make. And so I'm feeling some FOMO on that, which is, so then I'm like, okay, well, I got to trade in my main account to, actually make some real money. But then I'm missing the opportunities because I'm taking them in the small account, and I can't trade in 2 accounts at the exact same time in most instances. This is the nature of trading in small accounts. It's the same thing that happened the last time I did a small account challenge. I tried trading in 2 accounts, my main account and the small account, and at the end of the month, they were both green, so it was good. But I did have that feeling that this challenge was sort of sacrificing profits during that period of time, which is a little frustrating. But that's kind of on me to sort of control that FOMO and not give into it, and be able to just stay centered, and either on the one hand say, I'm just not even gonna touch my big account while I'm focusing on this, because dividing my attention is difficult. And I'd rather have a loss in the big account than the small account, but I still, really should just be 100% focused on one and simply accept the fact that right now I am going to make a little less money until the account is a little bit bigger. But you know what? Today, $427 is not a bad day. It really isn't bad at all. So, next week I'll have a little bit of a bigger account balance. I'll be able to start trading with bigger size. And so it's really only this first week, probably first 10 days, that I'm really missing on the most earning potential. And then it'll start leveling out a little bit more. But this is sort of my challenge, and it's a challenge very unique to my situation, because I don't think anyone's going to be in this situation like you guys as a student, where you're like, oh, I'm going to put myself into this, small account situation, just for like the heck of it. You're not going to do that. You're not going to sacrifice your profit to do that. So, this is something that I said I would do, and I'm sticking with, but it does create a little bit of a tug of war for me because of this, these sort of opposing goals of growing the small account and focusing on it 100%, but then also wanting to, make some real money on some of these stocks, where with my big account on a stock like this easily could have been $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 of profit potentially. But whatever. I just got to kind of put that aside for right now and focus on this. So I came into the day with $673.95 in the account. The account's up 63%. So tomorrow or Monday, I'll be up over $1,000 in this account. My total balance will be up over $1,000, which is awesome. And I'll, keep going on the journey. I did have one red day, obviously, on Wednesday. I lost $12. So I've had a little bit of a setback, but having my first red trade, my first red day was kind of good just to get that under my belt and break the ice, and now just kind of get into the zone of really trading a little bit more aggressively. And I was aggressive on LMPX. I took a total of 5 trades. I was aggressive both in my entries and exits, and using 90% of my buying power on the stock. And today it paid off. My max risk on the first trade was $50. So I was risking 50, and on that first trade I made about 150. So awesome first trade, and then from there I had a cushion. So I continued to risk about 50 to make 100, and after a few more trades I was up 427. So solid day overall. I was super in the zone, and that's why for the Warrior Pro students, the recording that you guys will get to watch that's uploaded to the live trading archives is the commentary of me playing back the recording and then pausing it and talking about what happened in that fraction of a second that made me press the buy button when I pressed the buy button. Because this was a fast moving stock, and the live raw kind of recording is almost too fast to really follow. So I slowed it down and paused it to annotate and sort of mark out the chart of what I was seeing on the level 2, what I was seeing on the chart, and everything else. So, this is the first small account challenge I've done in almost 3 years. It was January 1st, 2017 when I did the last one. And I started that challenge with $583. And I didn't have my first $400 day for, I think it was on day not 8 or 9 or maybe 10. So I'm actually growing the account even faster on this challenge than I did 3 years ago, even though I had a red day on day 2. But that, of course, is mostly thanks to today, which was the biggest contributor so far. But nonetheless, the account's up over 100% in 4 days of trading. It's awesome. And I'm not doing $400 to $1 million. That's not the goal of this challenge. I already did that. I don't need to, I don't need to try to break that record again. What my goal is to grow this account and then drop the balance back down. So I continually trade in a small account setting because that's more relatable for you guys. So I'm just going to basically grow the account up to, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, and then drop it back down, and then grow it back up and then drop it back down, and just kind of keep doing that. Whether I go back down as low as 300 or 400, I don't know. I might not do that because it is, it is very difficult. But will I drop it down to 1,000 or 1,500? Yeah, sure. I'm sure I'll do that. So that's kind of my plan right now. It's a little bit of a kind of work in progress of deciding exactly what I am going to do this coming year, only because it will certainly have an impact on my end of year profitability. And so it's kind of a, it's a little bit of a speculation of, well, if I focus 100% on this small account and I put out some, really awesome content on YouTube and on Facebook, will I make up the difference in what I lose in trading revenue with what I gain from putting out really good content? So, it's a tough call right now, and it's something I'm kind of thinking about. But we'll see if I get enough thumbs up on this video. Maybe that'll help me decide. All right, so give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys first thing on Monday morning. All right, everyone, so that's it for me. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Hey, it's me again. The most popular video on day trading on YouTube was made by me. You can check it out below if you haven't already. And as always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I personally respond to every question that's posted on my channel.